Hello. Alright, so this is going to be the Divine Masculine that is not with the Divine Feminine, but it's not because of a person. So they may have karmic energy not coming towards the Divine Feminine because of karmic, but it's not a person. So it could be a work, could be distance, right? Could be toxicity in itself, but it's not necessarily because of a karmic spouse or a karmic baby mama. Alright. Give us true precise energies of the Divine Masculines that are not coming together with Divine Feminine because of other toxicity, but not because of a karmic partner. So the Divine Masculine that's not coming together to the Divine Feminine because of other toxicity other than a person. Right? Okay, their overall energy for the masculines that are refusing to get together with the feminines because of toxicity. In reverse, we have Camel. Calm, content, resourceful, but this means in reverse that they're probably rigid. They're uneasy about the connection. They are not content with the connection. They don't even know themselves in reverse. They don't think they have enough of what it takes to. A camel always takes across the desert exactly enough for what they need. They heal themselves, they nurture themselves by carrying the amount of water that they need to get from point A to B across the desert. This in reverse says that these masculines don't know how to heal themselves. They don't fulfill themselves. They don't think they have what it takes to make it across the desert. Okay. What energies for these masculines? I'll just get their energy out of this and take the fairy deck. The masculines, they're not connecting with the Divine Feminine for other toxic reasons. Other toxicities other than a karmic person. Lady of the Harvest. So they have Lady of the Harvest. In reverse, they have the Dark Lady, number 20. So the Dark Lady, but in reverse. Number 2 card, and this is number 9 card, and then this is a number 9 card. So you have 9, 9, and 2. This is Spirit Dancer, how they see you. Okay, so you're their muse, Divine Feminines. 9. I'm getting this was the first one up. So the spirit dancer, they see you as a shiny, bright thing that they love to emulate. Perhaps for some, they love the attention from you, the energy from you. But they consider you a muse. They see you as a spirit dancer. They just don't think you're attainable. They don't. It's like you're that little ballerina in the globe, snow globes that you twist over and you just watch the snow fall. But even as beautiful as the little village is in there, it's not real. And that's how they view you, like that you're too beautiful, too spiritual, too much of a glow for them to attain. They don't think that it's real. I'm sure they know you're real, or for some, maybe they feel it's not real because they're, Spirit's saying, because some are from across the miles, they haven't even met you. For some of these are in another country, and so it may feel unreal because they feel your energy in 5D, but you're not even in communication for some of these masculines that aren't able to connect yet. The harvest, for some of these masculines, have a lady of the harvest. Well, this is like the fall, right, where all of the garden you've picked everything out of the garden, but there may be, let's say, pumpkins and gourds or lettuce, stuff that wasn't picked or wasn't right at the time. So all that rotten fruit some of it still lays in the garden. And that's what Lady of the Garden is. She's surrounded by, a lot of these are all rotten fruit all around her. So for him, he's surrounded by things that, while they may have, that rotten fruit might be able to nourish the ground, but it's not nourishing to him. So he's surrounding himself basically with rotten fruit, things that are not good for him. Toxicity, right? Has this little idea, this little fairy in his mind. He tries to listen to, that 5D images of you, the divine feminine. Tries to listen to his higher self, but see how it's like he's not quite awakened yet because her eyes are like all half closed, like a daze, like drugged. And because of the toxicity that's surrounding him, with these things that are dark and not of health, it's not a healthy environment that he's in. Alright, and dark lady, very spiritual usually, and listening to our higher self, our shadow self really. So this is in reverse, not. He has his shadow self, but not willing to admit that it's a shadow self. Not even willing to admit that he has a problem with his toxicity. He doesn't see it as a problem. He doesn't see it as a shadow side. He sees it just as him. Doesn't see the fruit that is really rotten. So he's carrying it off as if it's still ripe, still good, still bearing more fruit. Next 5 days or over the weekend, what this divine masculines are going to be dealing with in regards to this toxicity and how this connection is going to play out. The divine feminines need to release this divine masculine because of the toxicity before going into 2020. They need to fully release it and move forward in their soul purpose, in their mission. What is to come this weekend of the masculine from the spiritual side, from their soul side. And will they reach out to the feminine? I'll leave that way. because it's not them taking the leap and it's not them not taking the leap. Still indecisive regarding that connection. But they like their options. They like to leave their options open. They're not willing to take that leap of faith or that new beginning yet regarding that family life. They like being a Knight of Wands, not sure if they want to step up into the King of Wands point seat. And they focus on you but feel tied to their toxicity, things that aren't growing. How does this masculine feel about the divine feminine? No, not that one. The toxicity. How is this toxicity affecting the divine feminine? How's that? How does this toxicity affect the divine feminine? How is this toxicity affecting the divine feminine? How is the toxicity affecting the divine feminines connected to this? Good. Anything else for how the feminine will be affected by this toxicity? Alright, let's just go with this one. Okay, so starting up, I'm going to have the mic on. Starting up for this masculine is the Zero card, the Fool's card, taking that leap of faith, but still having some toxicity with them, but looking up to the sun, to the bright light, right? Looking to Spirit to guide them, but they're not sure they're ready yet. They're still not quite upright to do that and not doing it. So it's in between that stage. Still not ready as far as this week goes. Now perhaps by December 31st they'll take the leap, but Spirit saying and reminding the divine feminines involved in this connection, you need to move forward and protect your energy and get in self-purpose. Alright, yes, they're thinking of this connection. They, in the 5D, remember the little fairy in the head there? They do think about it. That brings them great thoughts and rainbows. And many of these are across the ocean. These connections here that this is pertaining to are perhaps some of them are long distance, not able to see one another face to face. Perhaps even some of them are in other countries, other states, at a distance, so it's harder for them to realize that it is true, that it isn't a muse, that this connection is real. They're not having that faith, the leap of faith, to contact or to reach out about their options. They're leaving their options open. They're not willing to take the risk of crossing the water, crossing the ocean, the creek, the river, the bridge. They don't, well actually there's no bridge here, but okay, but metaphorically, Spirit said, they're not willing to make the journey across the bridge. They want their options left open for some of them. They're not willing to start over at this point in their life with their pentacles. They are listening to their intuition, they are hearing it, and they want that growth, but they can't seem to see through the thicket of the forest regarding the connection, because it's again, so many of these are long distance connections in this situation, Spirit saying otherwise. And for some, it's because of the toxicity and keeping their option with women, other men open. Again, gender, I said women and men, sorry. Divine feminines or divine masculines open. The, gender doesn't matter. It's whatever plays a part for you. Yeah, well, a good many of this situation is across the oceans, across state lines, across borders, but there are many also within the same areas that still are holding on to toxicity. They are the ones that are still keeping their options open with other people, I'm just going to say genders, whether it's same genders or not just same genders. All right, I don't want to confuse you. The Ten of Pentacles. This masculine feels it like it's a divide, but some of them are with other families. Some of these are perhaps see you as an outsider, the Divine Feminine. This is an ending, and they've been building their pentacles for their home, their loyalty, for themselves, building up, themselves, but perhaps their toxicity is greed for some of these, or they just don't want to leave their homes. They don't want to leave their comfort zone for the Divine Feminine. So that keeps a divide between you. They don't want to embrace those new, for some, they don't want to embrace the new belief system. They are clinging to their old belief system, holding on to that home environment that they knew growing up, holding on to the way they were. They don't want to come up out of the, I'm hearing they don't want to step up as a King of Wands. They like being the Knight of Wands, the in and out player energy for some. For some, they're totally ignoring that telepathic communication regarding to, and Spirit saying for some, they are still in a confused state as to which one is the Divine Feminine. Some of them have more than one option per se, but they're not sure what the connection is or what it's about. They don't see it as, they know it's a deep connection, but they don't necessarily see it as this connection. And for these, they perhaps will go through another cycle and perhaps awaken at another time, at a later time, Spirit saying. But the Divine Feminine that's attached to these people need to move forward in their journey and their full purpose and in their mission. Don't be tied down to them. These masculines, the Two of Wands, are holding themselves back in not allowing themselves to grow. They, again, in the 5D, and telepathically know that it's you, but they're staying tied down to these choices by their own growth. No, hang on. Inhibiting their own growth, Spirit said, sorry. How this toxicity, these choices, since this is many different situations, the ones that aren't moving forward towards the Divine Feminine, that don't have a karmic baby mama or something attached, but they like maybe the player energy or just living alone. They don't want to step up. They're blindsided. They don't see the connection for what it really is. So for them, the divine, how this toxicity is affecting the Divine Feminines involved with them is you are not able to see the truth. You're not able to cut through the truth. It's leaving you in a delusional or a foggy state of mind, Spirit said. So you're needing to move forward. Spirit saying you need to put yourself in the boat, swords or not, and move forward. Spirit will be there with you, guiding your path in the calm waters in your mission. It's leaving you in toxicity. It's leaving you out in the cold, feeling unloved, and you need to love yourself and move away from the toxicity so you can feel that love of self, your self-worth, to build yourself up, right? To have that confidence as the High Priestess. It's lowering your self-esteem. It's bringing your energy down out of a higher vibration. So 9 of Swords, it's making you cover your eyes, not wanting to see the truth, not wanting to see that yes, there were a lot of wounds, but that this is still you're healing yourself and you're stepping up. But for whichever one of those situations that it falls in, time for you to move forward. Spirit is there to nurture you, to heal you, and to help you. 6 of Pentacles. Balance yourself be in union on your own, which is really what the journey is about anyways, is coming into union with ourselves first, filling our own cup of love up first. Regarding these masculines that are not connecting with the divine feminines because of a toxicity, clarify the Fool card. What is this toxicity about? Why won't they move forward? Why won't they embrace change, right? And what's going to happen here? Because of fire energy. Okay. 7 of Cups. Clarify 7 of Cups for these masculines in this situation. Clarify 7 of Cups in this situation. Oh, sorry. Spirit said no. Down here. Okay. 6 of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. And 6 of Pentacles. Alright. That's upright. And the last card for the mask. Anything for the feminines. And then we'll do forward. And the 5 of Pentacles. And 9 of Swords for the feminine. Thank you for keeping them on the table, Spirit. 6 of Pentacles. At least I don't have to chase them all over. Okay. So remember what you said. The masculines are not moving forward in the leap of faith, right? And they're not moving, they're contemplating still for this group of divine masculine energy. And again, we all have divine feminine, we all have divine masculine within us, so this could be a male or a female. Okay? It's regarding, for some of them, that Knight of Wands, in and out player energy. They don't want to stop playing, they don't want to stop being the Knight of Wands. And we saw that with not wanting to step up into the King of Wands energy, right? They like that childlike, playful fire energy. Well, for some of them, maybe they're young enough to still, wow, March of Blades, yikes. Council. Oh, okay. Protect. Spirit is protecting them, but for some, protecting. They're not willing to cut things out of their life. Matriarch of Blades. This woman looks dangerous with this knife. It looks like she's got somebody's scalp in her hands. I was like, wow. So, maybe she's cutting her own hair. Which is funny because I have that message about long hair. They're not willing, Spirit saying, to cut things out of their life. The toxicity, things that don't serve them, they're not willing to let that go. Okay, but divine, they are being divinely protected, Spirit says, with the chief council. Fours are all about spiritual protection. So they are divine masculine. They're still protected, even though they're making their self-will choices. Moving forward, I'm getting more stuff up, sorry. After this will probably be the last reading of the day. But lovers, regarding the lovers, remember they do think of the divine feminines regarding this, but they have the Chariot in reverse. The Chariot cannot move forward with them in this toxicity. They cannot come into the energy. Spirit's not going to allow them into the divine feminine's energy, because she is divine. She's stepping into her power. She's stepping in, ready to step forward into soul purpose, and it has to be forward without toxicity. So if they're not willing to cut the toxicity out of their life, the wheel can't, or the Chariot cannot move forward towards the feminine. Spirit's not going to allow it. It's really a gift that's being blocked from them. This divine feminine, of course, we're a gift to one another, right? To merge in together as one soul. But upright, this is all about the gifts from Spirit, being showered with gifts. But those gifts are being withheld because of their toxicity and the choices or judgments they are making on themselves, for themselves, regarding all those multiple options that they think they have, right? So they think that they're this is a 9 of Cups, so it's a near ending. The 9 of Cups is they're filling their own cup. They think they are, but really they're filling it with stones, and they think that they're above the rest. They are holding themselves to a higher. They think they're above needing to, because they have so many options, they are thinking too highly of themselves and not that it is divinely gifted. The Sword of Truth, the King of Swords is here to bridge the gap, but there's a great divide, and without truth and without change of toxicity, there cannot be a bridge of this gap. So, Spirit's going to bring a Tower moment to them this week, and so because of that, Ace, this is all about the new beginning, right? It's in reverse, so no new beginning. Why? Because Spirit's bringing them the Tower. Everything's going to come crashing down in these masculines' lives. They will come to rock bottom. Everyone around them will be seeing this demise. Regarding their, okay, I was just going to say Satanism. So for some, maybe they worship Satan. I don't know where that came from, but I was just going to say devil energy. But Satanism came out, and I don't even know why. Other people watch this, also multiple people. I'm getting multiple people. Alright, so for someone in this group, they are into sacrificing animals. That's creepy. All in its own. See, there's things with these low vibrations you don't want to pull in when you're thinking of these cards. Being seduced and seductive, but really this is also about them themselves being a snake in the grass. They're all about themselves, that snake energy of in and out, weaving, dodging, all about themselves. Spirit saying they're pretending to be someone they're not. They don't have the strength, the core strength to stand up and be themselves. They don't want, this is Vision Quest number 7, but in reverse. They're refusing to go within for their Vision Quest. They're refusing to go within and see what that vision and details. And in reverse also is, okay. So also here is Defiance. standing against what is divinely guided, the direction. Spirit's sending the communication, and they're being defiant against Spirit. You can't go stand against Spirit. You're going to get a tower. Okay. 10 of Pentacles was that foundation. Again, this is dancing to the beat of their own drum. Sometimes this is a good thing, but this is also a sexual energy with the phallic for the drumstick for some reason, about partying too much. And being too wild. For some, I mean, that's not going to be for everyone in that situation, of course, but for some that was what came up. Stickball number 5 is change. It's about fighting and instigating fights, liking to see, like instigating fights. They like to stir up drama. They don't want to step into the King of Wands seat. This card. In reverse is the 7 card, 7 of Drums, celebration because of transformation, and this is in reverse. Not a transformation can't occur with this masculine because he's in his such toxicity, therefore nothing to celebrate. Number 2 is they need to plant the seeds for new growth moving forward, so that the number 10 card, Sun, can come out. How this affects the Divine Feminine, this toxicity, is remember you were not able to see truth perhaps, but you need to, Spirit says, hang on, okay, regarding this love and lovers, number 6, step back, and number 6 is always take a step back and look and see if you're moving forward correctly. Is this really what you want? Or is it something too dark energy for your mission? Alright, take a step back and look regarding the lovers in this connection. The World card is here, an end of a cycle and the start of a new cycle. Spirit has sent temperance in to balance things in your new transformation, your rebirth of your soul. You're glowing, and it's time to move forward in your gifts, in your spiritual path, in your mission, because you are now stepping into the High Priestess. You are stepping into this, you've healed yourself, your inner child, you're listening, and you're going within. So High Priestess, definitely being inner power, needs to walk away from this and sever connection, move forward, and heal yourself, and okay, and save yourself from this toxicity, Spirit said. Until it's handled, until it's corrected. Or in reverse. Hang on. I gotta see what this is. Counting code 7. A number 7 card, all about change. Counting codes. It's like, to me, this seems like spiritually, you need to count your blessings, Divine Feminine, and move forward. Away from these things that battle you, that are standing in your way. Right? The Knight of Wands. Again, the Knight of Wands energy. You need to move forward out of the situation. Away from the masks, the devil energy. This is change of the 5 of Wands. And the Knight of Drums, the Knight of Coins with White Buffalo Spirit Woman is bringing you the message from Spirit saying move forward and stay out of this toxic situation. Be the star that you are, shine bright, and move forward in your path, on your journey, Divine Feminine, away from the situation and away from toxicity. The Chief of Shields is protecting you, Spirit is protecting you in this connection, helping you to move forward, so that while they work on, Spirit will work on them and their tower moments, and then it'll come back around to you. The world wants to turn for you. You have transformed. It's time to move away from things that no longer serve you. And commitment is in reverse regarding 6 of Pentacles. Be committed to your journey, yourself, your purpose. No longer nurturing the counterpart. You need to sever ties. and move forward. The Six of Commitment is this, like the Sun card, it's usually equal balance, but it wasn't. It was in reverse. So if you want the Sun card to shine for you, you need to celebrate your journey. Go within for stability, Four of Swords. That's the advice from Spirit, is for the Divine Masculine, of course, is supposed to take the leap of faith forward before the towers hit, before they hit rock bottom, and make changes and leave behind toxicity. But for those masculines that don't, then the Divine Feminine that is attached to that masculine needs to move forward on her own into her soul purpose until Spirit, and allow Spirit to work with them. It may just take longer, that's all. They have self-will, remember. It is divinely guided connection, so it will happen, but because the masculine still has self-will, he can choose that toxicity, right? That's why they tend to enjoy too much of the earthly choices. And that's good for the masculine in this situation. See? Sacred chakra. Maybe it's overstimulated. And then, okay, whoa. You're not trapped in fear. It was this way, so perhaps some are trying to get trapped in fear, but some are not. Alright. Partnership and alliance with Spirit, moving forward for your foundation to be achieved, your spiritual foundation, and work on your shadow self, masculine. Alright, I'm going to bring an angel card for the masculine, and then, okay. Okay, Angel of Pleasure. Take pleasure in the things you do. Well, they are. Angel of Healing. The angels have felt your sadness, Divine Feminine, and have shown up today to send you healing. For the Divine Feminines working in this situation, know that angels of healing are all around you. God of the underworld, that's the shadow self. Something which no longer serves you is about to end. Yes, masculines. Spirit's going to send in those Tower moments, the Death card, because you chose wrong, right? We had to choose correctly. We all chose our path. And with every action, there's consequences, as we know. Okay. So this is what I have for you, masculines, feminines. I hope you have a blessed day.